Hi guys, my name is Lucia, and a couple weeks ago I posted a video of brands I want to try more of. It was 10 brands that I feel like I haven't had enough experience with that really capture my attention, and today I have the opposite of that video, so I will link that down below. But today I have brands that I don't really have interest in trying. For some reason, they just don't grab my attention. Now, this is not to say I will never try these brands, I just wish they had more. Maybe it's that I haven't discovered the secret great product that they do have, or maybe they just gotta step up their game a little bit. I wanted to have it be 10 brands because the last video was 10, but I could only think of 8. So we have almost 10 brands I don't want to try. I'm gonna get right into it, and you will see that I don't hate these brands and I don't think they're terrible. I just, you know, I'm gonna keep my eye out with these brands, and please also let me know if they come out with something that is super phenomenal, or let me know in the comments if they have something that you actually think I would like, because I would love to change my mind. I would love for these brands to capture my attention. They just don't. All right, the first brand is Kat Von D. Before you say anything, I am not talking about any of the Kat Von D controversy or her person. I just want to stick to the brand. I know that a lot of people are talking about the controversy, and I just don't, that's not what this video is. I'm just gonna stick within her brand and her line. The only things I have tried are 2 of her liquid lipsticks. I got them in a set for Christmas 3 years ago probably. It was Lolita and Lolita 2. And I really liked them at the time when I was into liquid lipsticks. Then when I stopped liking liquid lipsticks, I gave them away. I'm just not wowed by Kat Von D. I know that I've heard a lot of her face products are very heavy. She has the Lock It foundation, which is supposed to be super full coverage, and I'm just not really into heavy face makeup in terms of feeling it sit on my skin. I also have heard that her concealer, some people love it, but I have heard that it can get cakey and a little bit dry. The Shade and Light face contour palette I never tried, and it looks good, but I also know some of the shades wouldn't work for me. I'm not super into contour kits where the shades don't work for me. I've only ever tried one contour kit and all the shades do work for me. I'm on the Sephora website and I'm just scrolling through. I know she has the I Am Divine palette. Wow, that's on super sale right now. It's like half off. I think a lot of people expected me to want because it has a green and 2 blues, but I don't know. I feel like it could have been more colorful. And in terms of her eyeshadows, I find that the products that she keeps in her main collection are very neutral, and then she often does the limited edition stuff colorful, but I have said this in way too many of my videos. I am over the rainbow palette, and I've been finding that when I see colorful shadows from her, aside from the Divine palette, they are very rainbow. One of the things she's really famous for is the liquid lipsticks, and as I said before, I'm not into liquid lipstick. She has the Lock It blotting powder, which I originally thought looked really interesting, but I've heard that it runs out very quickly. I honestly just feel like in terms of makeup, I'm not her target audience. You know, she has the Alchemist holographic palette. I'm really not about that. Some of her makeup is full coverage. She has the liquid lipsticks. It's just not for me. The next brand is Morphe, and I want to say I have never really been interested in Morphe until they released their Vault collection with Jaclyn Hill a little while ago, or they had planned to release it before it got recalled, which I actually think is really good that they recalled it before it came out. I know some people in Las Vegas got it. I think they won it. I don't know if anyone actually purchased it, but I know it was sent to people for PR, and some people won it in Las Vegas, and then they recalled it. I was interested, well, I don't know if I should say interested. I will say it caught my eye, the green and blue palette, and if this comes out again and it gets really good reviews, maybe I will buy it, but besides that, I've never been into Morphe. As a brand, Morphe never really captured my attention. The whole thing with these giant palettes that aren't pretty to look at, but they have a ton of eyeshadows, it's just not my style. When the whole Morphe craze came out and everyone online was raving about them, the affiliate codes, and use my affiliate code, it became hard to trust. But do you actually like that brand? Because, you know, there were people who would say everything they tried from Morphe was bad, and then there were the opposite. There were people who were saying everything is great, use my affiliate code, and it was really hard to decipher what was good. You know, I'm not saying they were necessarily lying. They might have hyped it up more, or they truly loved the brand, but I kind of got a weird feeling when all that stuff started happening, and honestly, they just keep coming out with all these palettes that look the same to me, besides the Jaclyn Hill stuff. This Vault is different, her rainbow, you know, big palette is different, and besides that, they keep coming out with these neutral palettes, and I just don't know who doesn't already have that palette? The next brand is Bobbi Brown. I just don't really have an in-depth reason for this one. Bobbi Brown just doesn't excite me. I don't know if it's because it's a brand that's been around for a long time and they're kind of more, I don't know what the word is. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I feel like some of the brands right now, like Too Faced always follows the trends and Tarte always follows the trends, and Bobbi Brown is more classy to me. I think they're more for makeup artists and they don't seem to follow trends as much. I never hear people talk about them. Not that I need to hear people talk about a brand in order to like it, but I just never hear about them at all. I never hear any new reviews. There's something about the brand that just doesn't wow me. Like, they're there and I've always known they're there, but yeah. Next we have Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this one is a really strange one because if you had asked me 2 years ago, this would have been the brand that I wanted to try. I loved the Modern Renaissance palette. I loved the Nicole Glow Kit. I still have both. I'm probably going to declutter the Modern Renaissance. I don't use the Glow Kit that much. I'm wearing it today, but usually I don't wear it that much. They were trendsetters for a while. The Glow Kits brought this whole new game to highlights. Now, it's not to say highlight wasn't popular before, but there definitely wasn't 1,000 trillion highlight collection palettes before the Glow Kits. And then once the Glow Kits got really popular, that started to happen. Then they came out with Modern Renaissance, and I would argue Modern Renaissance is the palette that changed the neutral palette to the more warm toned palette. Before Modern Renaissance, the neutral palette looked something like the Naked palette. After the Modern Renaissance came out, all these palettes started incorporating orange. Now orange is what you expect in a palette. I don't think people expect these super neutral tones anymore. They expect the more warm tone colors. At the time, that was crazy to me, and I loved the Modern Renaissance palette. I've talked about before how I don't love it so much anymore. I'm just not interested in what they come out with at the moment. Maybe in a couple years, they'll be setting more trends and I'll get back into it, but right now, they don't thrill me. Next is the Sephora Collection brand. Now, the Sephora Collection brand kind of confuses me because they really don't have that many hits. They came out, was it a year ago now, with those big eyeshadow palettes and everybody was talking about them. They were pretty expensive. I think they were $59 or something like that. I was intrigued by those. I wasn't gonna buy them because they were so expensive and I didn't need them, but I did watch a lot of reviews. Since then, I'm not sure what they've come out with that is popular or that people like. The only thing I've tried from that brand, when I was a freshman in high school and I'm about to be a sophomore in college, so this was a long time ago, I bought an eyeshadow palette from the Sephora brand and it was so bad. I only could use one shade in there because it was just so awful. Ever since then, oh wait, I tried something else that I hated. I tried the things that were being raved at the time was the Sephora lip stain. It was a liquid lipstick and the red one was so raved about. I bought it. It was the worst, most drying liquid lipstick I have ever used. It crumbled. Ever since then, I kind of can't get over that, and I know I should because I shouldn't let two products have me judge a whole brand. I just don't have interest in trying them. Whenever I go into Sephora, I never seek out the Sephora brand. I never look at that display and think, oh, what's this? What's this? Is this new? Let me know if there's anything from the Sephora brand that you really, really love or that I'm really missing out on, because I almost have this stigma for the brand based on experience, and I don't think it's good. I don't think I should feel negative energies for a brand that I really haven't tried that much. I do. I can't help it. Next is Makeup Geek. And let me just say, I have heard amazing things about the Makeup Geek single shadows. I used to really want to try them before ColourPop came out with all their single shadows that are amazing and affordable and I rave about all the time and I love. Since ColourPop hit the ground running, Makeup Geek kind of fell off. I think I saw them in Target the other day and I was super confused because do they come out with new stuff? I've heard Lauren May Beauty talk about this too. What happened? We want to see new stuff from them. I would be really intrigued if they came out with some new stuff. Everything is so hard to compete with now because things are just coming out faster than you could ever imagine, and I don't know if it was hard for that brand, I'm not sure, but as of right now, I would not go and seek them out and try them unless they come out with new stuff that looks really, really cool. If you know that they're gonna come out with anything new, I really don't know about the brand that much, so if you've heard something that they're gonna do something new or different, please let me know. I would love to know that and maybe have them on my radar for the future, but they've almost fallen off of the surface of makeup that we all discuss and love, which is so weird because they were so loved at one point. The next one is Lorac. I tried the Lorac Pro palette and I wanted to try this thing for so long and I hated it so much. It just was not for me. All the colors just blended together and looked terrible. I don't know if it was the undertones. I just did not like that palette at all. They have a lot of collections that they come out with and they always seem kind of odd to me, or they get bad reviews. The new palette, was it the Pro 4 that they came out with? And it just looks like every palette that's coming out nowadays ever. I want them to do something different and new. Basically what I've been saying with all the other brands. There's not much to say about Lorac. And the last brand is Clinique. And I'll always have a weird place in my heart for Clinique because Clinique is the brand growing up. My mom only ever used Clinique, and I'm not saying the brand is bad, but everything my mom bought was so bad. She would buy it and then she would get these gigantic free bags of makeup and she would always give me stuff and they were so bad. The eyeshadows had no pigmentation. The lipstick wore off in minutes. The mascara never ever defined your lashes. It just really turned me off from Clinique. At one point I really wanted to try their Cheek Pop blushes. Is that what they're called? The ones with the flowers that everybody was raving about. 7-year-old me just cannot get past that. I don't think I'll ever like Clinique. You guys are finding out that I have these weird things about memories that will kind of make me not like brands sometimes. I feel like we all have that. I think we all have stuff from our past that makes us not be able to get over something. And I probably will try one eventually. My mom still has so much of those eyeshadow palettes. They were so bad. They all looked the same because there was no pigment. Okay guys, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my rambles of brands I think could do better, wow me a little bit more. Not that they really care if I'm wowed or not, but I don't know. Let me know if you agree about any of these brands. What is your list of stuff that just, you look at it and you're like, That is all for me. Please subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.